All right, friends and fans of Bob's Electronics Workshop, Retro Electronics Workshop. Again, we're not doing a, hey, by the way, did you notice I cleaned up my bench and got some of my tools out here where they're easier to use and got the clutter off and just a few hand tools that I might need. All right, so the last video, we worked on this solar light. It worked for a couple of days. I had it sitting outside next to the one that I know works, and it went on and off like it should. Then all of a sudden it just stopped. It's just not charging the battery, I'm guessing. So I cheated. Because that little board is so complicated, I bought some gizmos here, if I can find them. Here they are. These are solar light circuit boards. I got 3 of them for like $7 on Amazon. They're designed for a 3.7 volt battery, which this is, about 5 volts in, which is about what the solar cell creates. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear this back apart. We're going to put that new board in here. It's a very short video today on this, other than my cleanup here. And yeah, we'll get her done. Sorry, I guess you guys missed that. I installed the little circuit board on here, and there's pads named L, positive and negative. I'm assuming that's the LEDs. So I'm soldering that onto the pads. Get it nice and warm. All right. And then the battery is right in this corner right here. I'll zoom in for you for a second. See where the LED is connected? Now the battery is these two. I'm going to attack them from this direction. So anyway, if you have one of these LED lights that's acting up, I guess this little circuit board would do the job. We'll see if it works. Of course, I'll have to test it over a couple of nights. Battery plus. Where's my, oh baby, I forgot. I ordered a bunch of crap off in Temu, and for a couple bucks I got some nice stainless steel tweezers. So, and you want to make sure when you solder stuff you hold the wire still for a couple of seconds to let the solder solidify before you move it. Otherwise you'll get what they call a cold solder joint. It'll be kind of crusty looking and dull, and you want a nice bright shiny looking joint, you know, solder joint. You want the solder to stay wet looking. Okay, there's my battery connections. And next is the solar cells. Now the solar cells, if you remember right, or not the solar cells, yes, the solar cells, the blue was the negative. So I'm going to retin these away. Well, there, I think they're all right. Get a little flux on the tip of my soldering iron. Okay, I got to back up here so you can see me a little better. I keep on moving crap around. Oh, the glue is just going to make it. Wire's a little bendy, so it's kind of hard to get it to slobber on there good. All right, that's embedded in the solder. Guess what? I got it. It's lighting already. Okay. Now, if I darken this, see if this is charging any. That is, if you back up here, you'll see that I've put my lights several of them right over the top of the solar cell. And get those lights down here. Oh, that's an incandescent bulb on this desk lamp that I've got, so it gets really hot. But it's old, it works. It's kind of a gooseneck thing. The screws are all loosey-goosey. It's kind of falling apart, but I like it. It's nostalgic. Okay, okay. Oh, I was going to measure the voltage coming off of that solar cell. Okay. Volts, DC. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, I got 3.8. 3.5 in the battery, 3.561. Oh, it's going up, 3.62. So it is charging. All right. Simple enough, eh? Look at how least, or less complex this board is. There is, looks like, a larger semiconductor and a smaller one switch, and then the rest are all just resistors. One may be a diode, it might be a cap. I don't know what that one three-legged thing is. I probably should put on an eye loop or something. And oh shoot, guys, I got something I got to show you. I forgot this too. While we're sitting here, I bought one of those digital microscope thingies. Again, Temu, 38 bucks. And I don't think it'll fit under here. Dang it. I don't think I can hand hold this. Maybe I can. It self-illuminates, it's battery powered. That semiconductor has no markings on it. I wish I could show it to you. Let me see if I can find it in here and focus it. Yeah. It is an unmarked part. I mean, it could be a... I'm thinking it's like a switching FET or something like that to switch the... This thing is freaking fabulous, man. I got bad eyes, and this is a help for an old man. I can see the solder joints. I can see the old flux. But yeah, unfortunately, there's absolutely no markings on that. It's got a tab on the top like it's a power transistor. So, let me try to set you up. I don't know if you can see this or not. All right. Okay, so I'm trying to watch you and I'm trying to focus this at the same time. Oh, there we go. So this guy over here, I gotta lower you down. This guy over here is what I'm trying to see. There it is. But see, there's no printing on it. So there you go. There's my digital microscope demonstrated in a very crude way. But that is very cool. I'm going to be using this a lot probably when I'm trying to assemble this stuff. Oh, I just broke a wire off. So it came on. So it thinks there's no voltage coming out of the photocells. So I've got to reattach this wire to the other side. There, I ripped it off. And guys are killing me. I've got to reattach this over here. So while it thinks that there's some voltage coming in from the photocells, oh, there it goes. Okay. Check it out. Let me back you up here again. Well, you're back as far as you can go, aren't you? But watch the photocells under here. When I darken them up, the lights come on. When I turn the photocells up, the lights go off. So it's doing what it should do now. All right. Daylight back on here. So I really should... I'm going to hot glue these down. Oh, I got another great project coming up right away. I have an old TAC cassette deck that I need to fire back up and get running for us. So, let me sneak past you here. Get this guy plugged in. All right. I'm going to wait until this guy heats up a little bit, and then we'll slobber that back down. Right there. So I'm going to put you on pause. Alright, well I think we might be ready to go. Now if you don't have one of these are like a solder aid. Get one of these to help you hold stuff down like this. Because we're going to... I just broke that. Gosh darn it. How am I going to solder that? That's just a little super duper fine. Okay, well I'm going to try to see if I can do anything to fix that. I'm going to stick a wire down in there and just make a solder blob. And see if I can just blob some solder down in that hole and solder to that lead. And then stick that lead down in there. Those are obviously very fine wires. I had to turn my soldering iron back on because I had it off. Idiot. Alright. I gotta put some flux in there. I'm gonna put a little bit of solder flux. because I can see the end of the lead. I'm going to put a little flux on this, because that'll cut the voltage. I guess they're all in parallel though, so it'll cut the current. It won't cut the voltage. Okay, so I'm going to grab this guy. It's a hair-like lead. Well, I'm hoping I got it. Okay, so I'm just going to press that down, and I'm going to take my solder aid here, and I'm going to hold that wire down, and I'm going to goop the crap out of this. I'm going to push this one down and do the same thing. And I'm going to give that a couple of minutes to cool. Because it's funny, it's such low temperature that yeah, these are all just in parallel, so even if that was not working, it would still work. It's not going to kill the whole system. That's a good thing, I guess. Alright, well, the LEDs are all still on. Oops, still tacky though. It's funny how low temperature that is. I think I might have got it soldered though. With the flux and the solder down in the hole, I think it probably worked. Alright, I don't know what's beeping here. I guess it thinks it's going to shut down. It says I've got 7 minutes to go. These batteries are old, I gotta go get a new one. Alright. Well, we're just going to take this baby and as you can see, it works on, off when it turns up to the light, so it's doing just exactly what it needs to do. As I said, I don't have there's an on-off switch on the other circuit board, which I did not include, because I don't care. I want it to work all the time. Right? Right. Oh, by the way, I guess I've told you this a million times, sorry. When you're putting screws back into plastic where there was already a screw, turn it backwards. You'll hear it clink, clunk in there, and then it's back into the grooves made by the self-tapping screw in there. And don't reef on it, you know. Just tight. Clunk. And boy, those are nice and bright. I mean, they light up the whole area, and that's what they're supposed to do, is light up my flag. On, off, on, off. Okay, so much for, actually, well, so it wasn't $7. It was more like, let's see, not even $3 a piece, $2.50 for these circuit boards. And I have 2 spares. I'm going to have to label these or I'll never know what this little black bag is. So there's the offensive little board that I took out, the offender. Why it do not work, I do not know. Was the on-off switch bad? I still think it's that multi-pin, 5-pin thing that says that it's the battery charging maintenance, management. Battery management chip is what it's called. I found the part number and saw what it did, but no source. I tested the other semiconductors. I couldn't find anything wrong, so it's junk. I'm putting it in the trash. I really am. Yes, I actually threw something away. All right. So now we have some more fun work to do on another new video here. And we will get to that momentarily. All right. Love it. We'll see you later. We'll see you soon. I'm going to go get new batteries for you. All right, guys and gals. Here are the two solar lights. The one on the left is the one that's always worked. The one on the right is the one we repaired. I have to say the one on the left, the one we didn't repair, is a little brighter. But it is working, so that's the update. I think our fix is good. I'm going to leave them out there a couple of days. If anything else happens, I'll let you know. All right. See you next time.